Yo, what's up, guys? My name is TB, and again, this week we're going to be talking about Sword Art Online, episode 15, The Relentless Knight. Right away, something that I just want to mention that we didn't see last week, which I was expecting to see sometime soon, because Cardinal gave Eugeo and Kirito a buff, something to make them stronger, something to help, go against the Integrity Knights that they're going to be seeing in the future. And of course, this week they fight another Integrity Knight, actually multiple, not just one, which is funny. The kids actually end up being Integrity Knights, but basically what I wanted to mention was they get their enhanced armament spells. And it's crazy because I was like, they're not going to last long unless they find some way to enhance their armament. Because last week they fought the Crimson Knight, even though that fight was short and barely anything happened, they didn't even need their enhanced armament skills to defeat him. They just used the regular sword skills that they've been practicing, the Ironclad sword skill. So in the beginning of this episode, we see Lionel and Fizel. They're there, and they're just talking to them, trying to figure out what's going on. Why are they there? Apparently, they're under the assumption that these guys are from the Dark Territory, that they were supposed to be some kind of vicious, chaotic, animals or thieves or criminals that are gonna there to destroy the order or whatever. Obviously, that's not the case. They meet Kirito, they meet Eugeo. They're just regular human beings who just happen to be swordsmen with really good skills. And I didn't trust him. I really didn't. Ever since last episode, I'm like, why would there be kids on the hallway leading up to the place where they need to go? And obviously, it was a trap. They tricked them. Well, really tricked Eugeo. Didn't really trick Kirito because Kirito was a little bit more keen. He was a little bit more aware of the situation and the stuff that was going on. You even see in the beginning of the episode, he kind of pulls away from the situation. He's like, these are kids. I'm not good at dealing with kids. Eugeo, you deal with this. I guess that was his way of handling the situation in a way that would make sense, because if he told him exactly what he was thinking in that moment, maybe he wouldn't have had the chance to actually do the spell that was gonna make sure that he didn't get affected by the poison, because these kids had blades, poison blades, which they used on both of them. They caught them both off guard. And then they go into this whole entire story about why they are Integrity Knights, or I guess why they are Integrity Knights in training, really, because they don't have their dragons. They don't have their sacred arts. They don't have their divine objects. They don't have anything that makes them the typical Integrity Knight that you see. Because I guess Quinella, the Pontifex, didn't think that they were worthy of something like that yet. But these kids have been through some crap, man. They've been through some crap, man. Apparently, when they were younger, they were made specifically, for one purpose, to basically be an experiment, a guinea pig for the Pontifex, for her to try to train or use her resurrection, spells, to see if it's possible when something loses all of its life. You look at your station field, you lose all your life, you die, legitimate, you die. It's not like we're trying to heal you after you just taken a lot of damage. You are dead, 100%. You see her use the magic, and apparently it works for them, and it works for Linnell and Fizel, but it didn't work for all of the kids. After all the killing that they do to each other, not other people, they kill each other. It's pretty crazy. Some of them blow up into little pieces. Some of them get so ugly and disformed that they can't even be called human anymore. And apparently the project, it got disbanded after a while. It's not a good idea to try to resurrect people, because it's not like they're NPCs, man. They're real people with real floodlights in the game. Of course, something crazy is gonna happen once you try to revive them. They think that they are dead, and then they come back. Nobody in this underworld game thinks that it's a game. They think it's real life. Everything that's happening is real life for them. So I'm guessing that's why it didn't work. But they survived, the two of them. So basically what they're trying to do, they're trying to prove to the Pontifex that they're worthy of being Integrity Knights. So that's why they captured Eugeo and Kirito without actually killing them. And they brought them to the 50th floor to Lady Fanatio to be like, we're going to decapitate them. We're going to take all the credit for this. You guys ain't going to get no credit. We're going to get the credit for capturing the criminals. But then Kirito reveals the fact that, like I said before, he was able to be aware of the situation, and he set a spell beforehand to make sure that the poison didn't affect him. And then he explained to the kids, oh, this is why I was able to, withstand the poison. He sees all of the Integrity Knights. He sees Lady Fanatio, and he sees the 4 other swordsmen there in the regular white, armor and everything like that. He just goes straight towards them, doesn't even care. But before that, he tells Eugeo, like, he gives them, the antidote, because they had the antidote for the poison there. Obviously, it still affected him. That once the poison rubs off and he's able to talk, he needs to repeat his system call. Now it's confirmed. They both have it. In this episode, Eugeo uses his, and it's freaking cool. It's sick. And Kirito uses his, but we really can't talk about that yet, because we didn't really see much of anything. The fight is freaking great, man. This is one of the best, animated scenes in the whole entire season so far, to be honest with you. Out of every fight we've seen so far, out of every skill we've seen used, this fight scene is really great. The fight scene between Kirito and Lady Fanatio is great. And to be 100% honest with you, I wish it lasted a little bit longer, but it was pretty long. It was pretty lengthy. It was a good chunk of the episode. Something that bothered me about this is that the typical thing happens when the bad guy's winning and the good guy's losing. She goes on this monologue about where my power comes from, why you're taking so much damage, this and that. Apparently, the Pontifex was able to use all these mirrors to make this really awesome divine object, which is the sword that Lady Fanatio is using. She's able to not only attack you with the sword, of course, but like shoot lightning beams from it. And I guess unless you deflect it, it's just going to go straight through your body like a laser beam. This was good for us to know, but it wasn't good when she said it in front of Kirito, because if she didn't say that, I don't think Kirito would have had the idea to use, his sacred arts to make the mirror to reflect it back at her. And when he did that, it took off her helmet and revealed that she was actually a woman instead of a man. She sounded like a man. They called her Miss or Sir Fanatio, or like Mr. Like everyone fought. Or maybe they were told to say that she was a man, but she's not. And she kind of has like a weird, complex thing. Like she doesn't like when people find out that she's a woman, because she feels like they're not going to treat her like she should be treated, because she's an integrity knight and she's strong and she's capable. And apparently there's been some people who don't feel like she is that. And Kirito calls her out on it. It's like, I think you're the one who cares most about this rather than anyone else, really. And that's what's holding you back. You became significantly weaker, or your spirit did, once you knew that I knew that you were a woman. and that's just funny to me. She's like, shut up, let's just keep fighting. So they keep fighting, and it seems like they're both having a good time, like having a good time just trying to kill each other. And then, Kirito admits the fact that he's been beat by girls in the past. If you remember, in the second season, the one girl that was best friends with Asuna, she beat Kirito. She had like a 64 hit combo or something crazy. Something really crazy that was stronger than Kirito. And not only that, in this season alone, the person that was teaching Kirito was a woman. So, like, he's been beaten by girls before. He didn't really care about fighting girls, and he's not going to hold back. Apparently, at some point in the fight, Eugeo is able to catch his breath again. He does. He uses his enhanced armament skill on his blue rose sword, freezes the whole entire field, including Lady Fanatio. And apparently that's not enough, though. It's enough to freeze everyone else, but not enough to freeze her. Kirito is able to, kick her to the ground, make sure she hits the floor, and she gets frozen. But then she's losing her skill, because she enhanced her armament as well. I'm assuming if two enhanced armaments go against each other, it's not always going to be an even fight. It really depends on your state of mind and how much you believe in your power. Because remember, that's the thing. If someone's weak-minded, weak-willed, even if they have strong, weapons, strong armor, really is not going to turn out the way that they want it to, because they don't believe in themselves. And then Eugeo kind of goes on this weird, like, tangent about, like, how the Integrity Knights know nothing about justice, and it seems like he kind of hates them because they took Alice away from him. And Kirito reminds him, hey, you know what we're here for. We're not here to get revenge on Integrity Knights, and you don't really hate them. All you want is to get Alice back. So focus on that. Even Kirito's there for his own purposes too. He wants to save everyone. He wants to save the world. He wants to save everyone from the Pontifex and, the reach that she has over everybody, basically trying to control their lives, And then Kirito gets ready to use his enhanced armament. He even says it, he's going to use it, but that's where the episode ends. Man, this episode was a very good episode. The animation was solid. The story for the kids didn't drag on, for half the episode like I thought it was going to go. I was like, oh, okay, they're going to be talking about themselves now. This better not be where the episode ends and they don't even get to the next floor. That would suck. But that's not what happened. Let me know what do you guys like this episode? Like, what was your favorite part, man? My favorite part was definitely the fight between Lady Fanatio and Kirito. That had to be the best part. Had to be, easily. I feel it's definitely one of the best animated episodes of the whole entire season, for sure. And obviously they're going to win. I feel like they're going to win. Maybe they might sustain a lot of damage, but like, whatever attack she's getting ready to do is obviously her final attack. And Kirito just launched his enhanced armament. So I don't know like what type of skill it's going to be. His sword is imbued with the power of the freaking Yggdrasil tree. That freaking big tree that they took down at the very beginning of the series. So I don't know what his power could be. We saw Eugeo's and it's pretty cool. And maybe they could even get stronger. Who knows? Let me know what you guys think of the episode and what you guys thought of my review. Appreciate your support. I really do. And if you have anything to say, put it in the comments. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.